We the people, we hear the words of one of my favorite poets of all times. My colleagues up in the United States Senate used to kid me because I was quoting Irish poets on the floor. They thought I did it because I was Irish. That's not the reason. I did it because they're the best poets in the world. But we hear the words of Yeats. He said, think where man's glory most begins and ends, and say, my glory was I had such friends. Words that echo from an island close to my heart as a descendant of County Mayo and County Louth. Tonight, we honor our four sons of Ireland, poets in their own right, best friends who started a band as teenagers in Dublin and became one of the greatest bands in history. Larry, Adam, The Edge, Bono, U2. Inheritors of the Irish traditions of poetry and protest, rebellion and rejoicing, faith, hope, and love, and a belief in the dignity of all people everywhere. Dignity is a very important word to them all. And to quote my friend Bono, music can change the world because it can change people. For more than 40 years, U2 has changed the world. Anthems about civil rights, solidarity of workers, a struggle for peace, ballads about love and family, concerts dedicated to ending poverty and disease, 22 Grammys, 46 nominations, more wins than any group in history, 150 million albums. 150 albums sold, among the most ever. And it's true that their music is a bridge between Ireland and America, between two friends, linked in memory and imagination, joined by our history, and joined by a nostalgia for the future. They put down the things, the original quotes of presidents and senators. The only one they have listed for me is, and it really is something that I realize I got from my family, is the Irish are the only people in the world who are always nostalgic about the future. But it's more than that. More universal, more fundamental, and more important than ever. From Sunday, Bloody Sunday, to Pride in the Name of Love, to Ordinary Love, to One, the U2 has spoken and sung about the unspeakable costs of hate and anger and division, the pain, the suffering, the denial of freedom, the senseless loss of life, and the inhumanity we inflict on one another as nations, as people, and in our own lives. All flowing from division that for all of us is visible manifestations lie first and foremost in our hearts. Just before America's bloody and deadly Civil War, President Lincoln wrote, "We are not enemies. We must not be enemies." In the midst of the great division, that was President Lincoln's plea. We would do well to remember today, at a moment when there's too much hate, too much anger, too much division here in America, and quite frankly, around the world. We have to remember today, as our song goes, we are one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other. From this Irish-American president in the White House designed by Irish hands who built this and designed it, I want to thank you two for all you've done and the way you lift people up. You really make a difference. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, in 2022, Kennedy Center honorees, congratulations to you and your wonderful families, and thank you for showing us the power of the arts and we the people. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats as the President, the First Lady, the Vice President, and Second Gentleman, and the honorees depart. Thank you.